Here we are.
Hi, I'm Pamela Soto.
Hey, and I'm John Henry Soto. Welcome to your
To
wholesome.
your wholesome
To
journey.
your wholesome journey. See how well rehearsed we are.
Four places.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to your wholesome journey. We're gonna try this again.
Yes, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. But we're also gonna try the same topic that we did last week, which we had a little bit of a difficulty, but it actually kind of was the reason why the whole show was about.
Exactly.
Um, so we were discussing basically trying to start a business, build an empire, be an entrepreneur and create things, having children and also having day jobs and having other responsibilities and stuff and managing that. So we wanted to go over a few things that we do to just kind of give you an idea of how we're making it happen. And we're not at all trying to make it seem like this is easy. Because it gets very difficult. We do, we bicker. We used to in the old days fight, but we're actually better now. We've been together 18 years now, 20 years really, and now we just at the stage of bickering. Eventually, we'll just be eye rolling.
I know.
So I guess that's the stage.
Okay.
I was the last stage where nobody really. So what are your thoughts? Because I'm curious to know. I mean, she's a teacher, an amazing teacher, by the way. Right now, she teaches virtually at home. So it was difficult. It was difficult before. It's has different challenges now. There's some better parts, but there's also some really challenging parts because she's got. It feels like she's working more now than when she was going to school, right? You have
Yeah.
more work
Yes.
now than before because she's working off hours. She's doing different evaluations that they're doing and projects and all the stuff that she's talking about. So that's the challenge that she has right now, where she's working from home. So what do you how do you deal with that, or what are the most difficult things in a positive way where you can tell people how they can do it? Positive, obviously.
Okay. Well, working virtually, people probably think, oh, you got it easy. But now, like, they gave us these evaluations now that are like in the past, you would just that they would be announced or unannounced. They would come in and watch you teach for 45 minutes, and then you write up, how you thought you did and how if the kids learned or got it or whatever, and then you're done. And then now they're having us do this whole thing where we have to compile all the evidence that we're a good teacher. And so we need to have 22 to 55 artifacts showing all these different from all these different categories, and then we have to write up our comments.
Like, that's the job.
That's
the job basically, and it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, I worked all yesterday and today, and I worked last weekend. I work evenings, and when I was in the school, I was able to do things during my commute to school and after school. Like that's like an hour in the morning and about an hour and a half in the afternoon. And
it just seemed like it was less. They were just less on top of you, I think.
Yeah, and then
but that's
like
so that's the challenge.
We just had the lesson plans back then, and now it's projects and all kinds of stuff now.
So when you incorporate trying to build an art business in that, that's when really it gets really challenging. Trying to fit the time to do the regular work when you're actually on call, then the after school work where you're actually working on those things that you're talking about, And then there's the time that you have to spend to actually do the art itself. Not to mention the kids, and all the rest of the household and the food and all that, the rest of the stuff. So it gets really tricky to balance it. And I think for me, one thing that I realized was that complaining, and I still complain. I'm not saying I don't complain, but complaining really is it's a waste of time. It really is to me. To me, like if I know I have to do a bunch of things in a weekend, and I still have other things that I'm trying to get done, I can complain. But the time that I'm wasting complaining could be time that I could be doing the thing I got to do, or at least planning on how I'm going to get it done, or trying to figure out, or trying to take a more positive view on it. I just got home like 30 minutes ago from a thing in New York that I was doing, and I got here. We turned on the lights, and we're here now doing this. I knew when I was in New York, I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be back in time, but I didn't even bring it up because why bring up a problem? I was like, I'm not going to bring that up. I'll make it work somehow, and I got off early from the thing, and I just ran over here. So, it can definitely be done. I also, another thing that I do is that I try not to think about it. I just try to go. Like, I try not to think that I have to get up in the morning, feed the kids, do the homeschooling, answer all my emails, do the work stuff that I normally do. Right now, I got some real estate stuff happening as well. Plus, I was just working on a film that I'm in. I try not to think about all that stuff. I try to just put it on a sheet of paper and then just do them as I go along without thinking about all of it, because then I get overwhelmed and I start hyperventilate. I start breathing heavily, hyperventilating, and it just becomes I just become overbearing for her because I'm just stressed out. um but I think she's been handling it really well, right? I would say you've been. I mean, I don't know what you think about
Handling
yourself.
you well or myself?
Nobody can handle me well. Forget that.
Well,
But you can handle your situation well.
yeah, I think talking to the other teachers, they're very, very stressed out, and I think I'm handling it better, I think, than that. What I've been doing is trying to do a little here, a little there on my art business, and then like when I get a moment, like yesterday I had a little bit of time, so I wanted to fix a spot on my painting that I wasn't happy with, and so I did that and then put that aside, and then like today, like while Ben is taking a bath, I'm mopping the floor in the bathroom, and trying to squeeze little moments in, like here and there, and
It's a good idea.
yeah, so like
Who
kind of
told you
like,
that? Who told you to do like this?
it wasn't you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
No.
I thought I did. I say when you get an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
find any gap of. That's what I do. I find a little gap of time where I know either something is happening. They're both my kids are into a show,
Mm-hmm.
and she's working. And I know I got at least 15 minutes of something, and I go and I do one of the things that are on my list that I can do for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah, and then also have a list, and like you could put like everything or the main things that you would like to get done. And so I used to think I have to do everything, and I would like feel like I have to get it all done, and that's the part where, yes, you did say like you don't have to finish it all in one time.
right.
So
That's another. Yeah, you're right, because that's something that I used to think I have to start it. Well, I gotta finish it, and it's nice to complete it in one sitting, but sometimes you can't. It's gonna take a little bit longer, so you have to kind of figure out how do it in sections, what you can do, and do as much of it as you possibly can. And then I also do another thing which I talked to you about also is order of importance.
right.
Like, I know there's things that I know I have to get done, and then there are things that are kind of in that list, and I just work on, and I just keep putting it in order of importance until I get to most of it done. And that's been working for me in the last few years. Um,
Also, getting up early.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like today and yesterday, I got up early and did work on my project for school, and the kids got up late, so I had a few hours each morning to work on it. And 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 then this morning, I also was talking with one of my colleagues. We were helping each other on it, and if Ben were awake, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So that was good. And also, sometimes I just need to take a little power nap, and then I can stay up late and get stuff done. So um, yeah, like yesterday, I was just like at 9 o'clock. I was like, let me just take a little half-hour nap, and then I was able to stay up till like midnight, and get stuff done.
Right. Right. Thank you. Yeah, it does actually really require a real mental sitting down and thinking about how you're going to fit in those times and what are you going to do to try to get your art out there, no matter what. um no matter what it takes, you have to know that you only have two options. Thank you, have a great night, you too. Thank you. um, you only have two options, right? You either do it or you don't, right? And that's sounds simple, but it really is that simple. There are people that will make excuses about things, and they will just continue to make a million excuses why they can't do the thing that they want to do, and they'll go their whole lives. And then, you know what, when they get older and they realize they didn't do it, they will find ways to justify why they didn't do it, and they'll be quite happy living their lives saying, well, it's just too hard, I couldn't get it done.
And also, I don't think that you have to know everything to start.
No.
Just start
Just
and
start.
learn. You learn as you go, and you
Yeah.
figure things out.
Yeah, I was talking about that today with the guy making the director of this film. That he went to school. He was actually an editor for many years in Chicago, and he lives here in New York. And um, I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. I was telling him and stuff, and he said, "Well, yeah, but he goes, sometimes that's the best way of doing it. Just do it, and then you learn from those mistakes. If you make a mistake, you figure, oh, okay, you learn." And it's the same thing with any type of art, really. It's really, I think a lot of times you may find a school that gives you good education, or good techniques at least, and you'll find a teacher or an instructor or somebody that really cares. But then you might get unlucky also and just get a run of the mill person that's just there because that's their job, and they're showing you how to do it, and you can't do it any other way. It has to be this way. And that right there just ruins artists constantly. It just ruins artists, your creativity. If you look at some of the greatest filmmakers of all time, a lot of them had to leave film school because they were not really being challenged. They were being told that this is how you shoot. The camera has to go here. It can't go here. It has to go here. And you're like, well, you know what? I want to put the camera here and get this. And they're like, what? You're crazy. But you look at Alfred Hitchcock, and you look at Scorsese, and you look at all these great directors, Tarantino, and that's basically what they do. And if you look at a lot of the artists also, like we were just learning about Frida and a few other artists that basically did go to school, and while they were in school, they were just like, I don't want to be painting this sceneries and nice thing. I want to be painting life. I want to be painting images of people living and real things. And they left school, a lot of them, to do that, and they became, because it was a true expression. It wasn't fabricated through a system. So she's right. Just start. You're not going to know it all, and at the end of the day, Picasso says he didn't know it all. The greatest artists of all time, they did not know it all. It's not our jobs to know it all. You know, it's our jobs to communicate the moment that we have, that what we want to express. That's our job. It's not to know it all. If you want to know it all, you got other issues. Elam, what's up, Elam? We're live. We're live in a few places on Instagram. Instagram. So yeah, I think that's a really important point. Now Elam is a wonderful artist, and he does a sneaker art, but he's also just, these things are incredible. So I'm glad. Thank you for being on Instagram. Um, what else we got?
Oh, should I show my painting?
Yes. How about we show some art? So last week, like I said, we had a real challenging time with our kids. We put
Mhm.
our foot down, and this week we were like, listen, mommy and daddy have about 20 to 30 minutes that we want to spend with friends of ours talking about art. If you guys interrupt us, you're banned. No, not banned, but we're gonna take away things they love, like their tablets,
For 1 week.
for one whole week, 7 days. I'm not even kidding. I would do it. If
Mhm.
they come in here right now and mess up our show, 7 days, no tablet, that would be really rough. Yesterday we lost the Wi-Fi, and I wasn't here because I couldn't fix it, and they were without it for about 4 hours. They almost died. so yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
no.
So what we're gonna try again. Thank you, by the way, anybody who's watching, appreciate you very much. We're gonna actually show the piece that Pamela showed last week, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it. So Pamela, without further ado,
Okay.
please watch the screen in the back sheet. This is good. This is one of my favorites. Well, actually, I love all her work, but when every once in a while she come up with one that I'm like, "Ooh, this is like really good." I'm gonna turn off the green screen so we can get the full effect because there's a little bit of green in it. So now you got to see how this is reality TV right here.
Okay, so this is let's see, I don't always make this like there. I think that's good, right?
Right.
Yeah. Um
There you go.
this is flowers, and I was working on this, where was it? This spot right here. I didn't like it, so I took the paint off and was redoing it. I'm gonna
Yeah, I couldn't even tell that that's where it was.
oh yeah. So
It's beautiful. This is like flowers just blooming.
yeah. Um
It's gorgeous.
and I decided to put this turquoise around here to, I think it makes it pop more. Do you like
Yeah,
the turquoise?
it does. It looks really good.
Yeah. And so this is um a technique that I kind of like made up on my own. It's like fluid paint, but I'm kind of doing it my own way. um oh, and I don't know if you can see right here, we've got some iridescent like paint. It's kind of cool. It's
Yeah,
white.
I love it.
Yeah, this 16 by 20 canvas, and it's like a thick 1.5 inches, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's a
and
nice piece.
it's kind of heavy, so yeah, got a little on the back, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and I don't have a name for it yet, so I have to.
Maybe somebody can suggest a name if they're out there. Throw a name in a comment and see if Pamela considers it. So that's gorgeous. I love it. Um, let's go back here. Cool. So I hope that our conversations on Sundays at 7 give you some value. Artists that are out there. This is on your Wholesome Journey Facebook, Instagram page that we're on right now. We're also on our Facebook page as well, and on YouTube and Twitch. Um, and we just want to really let people know that there are solutions and there are ways that you can get around any problem that you have. um, but yes, it is difficult, and sometimes you can say it's easier said than done. I don't like that expression, but it is an expression people use.
Mhm.
And you're right, it is easier said than done, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Mhm.
But it's not easy. It's something that you have to really decide that you want to do, and you have to have a partner that you create a partnership with
Mhm.
outside of just the marriage. A partnership in business, and understanding that both businesses require different times and different responsibilities and different respect. And that's one of the things that Pamela and I have worked on, and we're not there yet, but we're constantly trying to be better people and trying to be better for each other and help each other
Mhm.
to create more art.
And support each other, and like work together so that we can each get our things done, and go to our appointments and get our projects done and things like that, so we help each other out.
Yeah, that's really important. It's extremely important. So, anyway, I hope that provides value to all of you. We really appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're here Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you again next Sunday night. So, thank you, everyone. See, it should only take 20 minutes when the kids aren't running in
Oh
and
yeah.
knocking things over. This is
Mhm.
the normal time of a
show.
good communication. Yeah,
Okay.
22 minutes is the average time of a show
Mm.
in a half an hour sitcom or a half
Oh,
an hour
because of the
show.
commercials.
And yeah, the 8 minutes are commercials. So if we're doing about 20 minutes, that's pretty good considering we don't have a script and, we don't have, we're just kind of riffing, me, because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, she says.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you to my wife for being here.
Thank you
My pleasure.
for doing this with me.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And as always, peace. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you all next Sunday with my wife.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming.